So I'm going to walk through this problem with the vertex at -8, comma, 5, instead of -7.99. That just makes the work a little more tedious. So here's the vertex of this parabola. It's opening downward. It's at -8, 5. If you want to get the answer with the -7.99, wherever there's an 8 in this video, replace it with 7.99. So this is the vertex form for a parabola, where the vertex is at HK, and we know that A equals 1 over 4P, where P is the distance from the vertex to the focus, or the distance from the vertex to the directrix. This blue dotted line is supposed to be the directrix, but we'll get to that later. Right now, let's get the equation of that parabola. Okay, so we know that the vertex is at -8 for H. X minus a -8 is X plus 8. Quantity squared. Plus K is 5. Now we're going to use the information that -9, 4 is on the parabola to help us find the value for this A. So when X is -9, Y is 4. So we'll put a 4 here. I didn't write that very well. We'll put a -9 in for this X. I'm sorry, -9 in for this X. -9 plus 8 is -1. -1 squared is, of course, 1. So we've got -1, 4 minus 5 equals A. So there's your equation. Y equals, A is -1, or just minus X plus 8, the quantity squared, plus 5. Of course, this will be a lot uglier if you have a 7.99 in here. And if you want standard form, you have to square that binomial and then take the opposite of every term. So x squared plus 16x plus 64 plus 5, y equals -x squared minus 16x minus 64 plus 5 is what? Minus 59. Okay, so there's the equation of that red parabola. The question is now, at this point, how do we find the directrix? How do we find the focus? This is the equation we want to use. So we know that A is -1. So -1 equals 1 over 4p. Let's just say -4p equals 1. So p equals -1/4. Or if you want, -0.25. So that's the directed distance from the vertex to the focus. This little gap right here is 0.25 in the negative direction. So that focus, or the vertex, is at -8, 5. To get to the focus, we're still going to have an x coordinate of -8, but we have to add on a -0.25 to this 5. So I'll just write it that way. 5 plus a -0.25. Or the focus is at -8, comma, 4.75. Of course, that'll be a little different if we use the 7.99 or the -7.99. The directrix has an equation, y equals, and the distance from the vertex to the directrix is this little distance right here. So the y coordinate was 5. We add on a plus 0.5, or we subtract a -0.25. So y equals 5.25. 25. I reached the 5-minute mark, but I'm going to real quickly share my screen. Go to Desmos. Here is that parabola with the focus and directrix. And I just wanted you to see that this distance right here is the distance from the a point on the parabola to the focus. This distance is the distance from a point on the parabola to the directrix, and those are always equal, no matter where the point is on the parabola. I'll just stop there. You can see they're always the same. That's the definition of a parabola. Any point on the parabola has the same distance to the focus as it does to the directrix. Okay, there you go. Hope that helped. You redo the problem with negative 7.99 instead of negative 8 like I did. Hope that helped. Ending the video.